everybody, it's Melissa Martinez with the Pulaski County Health Department again, and it is Friday, so you know what that means, Sean.
It's FitFriday.
Where we're talking about everything fitness. So today we have the blessing of sitting down with Pastor Howie Malone. We are here at the ARC Sports and Recreation Center, and as most of you may know, this is a free gym,
Yes.
right?
Yep, absolutely.
And not only is it a free gym, I've worked out here a lot. It's got some amazing equipment. So due to COVID and a lot of other things, though, I know that your hours have changed and some of the other things. So can you kind of fill us in on what you do and the new hours we have?
Yes. First of all, hey everybody, welcome to the ARC Community Sports Center. And as Melissa said, I'm Howie Malone. And so let me just start at the top. The ARC is a 30,000 square foot community and fitness center. It's been established here on Highway 17, right out just east of exit 153 off of I-44 on the frontage road, which since July of 2011. So we've been here about 9 years. And we used to run it as a business, but a few years ago, the Lord really impressed upon us that we needed to quit taking from people, imagine that, and to start giving. And so we shut this thing down and we reorganized it and we reopened it. It's been open for about 3.5 years now as a free gym and fitness center for the community.
Right?
Yes, and it's all volunteer run. So if you're out there and you're looking for a place to serve in the community, we would love to have you come help us out here at the ARC. That's how we're able to offer this free of charge to the community, is because we have volunteers that work our front desk to sign people in and out. We have people that volunteer to do childcare so that young moms can come in here and get their workout in, and we watch their kids for them. In fact, my wife is one of our volunteers, so I'm really proud of her for helping out with the little guys. But that's how we do it. So let me talk a little bit about the facility. As I said, it's 30,000 square feet. On the main floor, we have a regulation basketball court. We also have one regulation racquetball court. And then one of the unique things that we have here is on the back side of the racquetball court, we have a 2-story rock climbing wall that has 3 lanes on it. So you can come in and do that. And then we also have this little cafe that I'm sitting in right now that if you wanted to have an event here, you could use this. It has a full commercial kitchen in the back, and that's
we had the chili cook-off here for the gym.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
That the Pulaski County Health Department won. I mean, it was.
Oh, is that what you're saying?
We actually swept it, but anyway, we'd like to talk about
just
that.
Just a minor point, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but we do have this, and of course you can't see them from here, but maybe you'll get a shot of them later with the camera. We have full-size restrooms with locker room, with lockers, and also showers available in the facility for male and female, so that's good. You can clean up and get your shower after you work out. You don't have to get all sweaty in your car and all that to go home. So we do have that. And then we also, our child care area is down on the main floor, as well as our offices. And then we also have some meeting rooms. I keep pointing because I'm sitting on this end of the building, like you can see it. But in the far end of the building, we also have a couple of meeting rooms that people will typically reserve those for birthday parties or wedding receptions, family reunions. We host all those kinds of events here. We can also host on our main floor. We have tables and chairs available that we can do large-scale, like dining type events. Like we host the annual Free Women's Center banquet here, the Lincoln Days. I'm just trying to think of some of the events that we've done here. Some large scale.
Yeah. 66 challenge. You had the finishing awards there.
Yeah, we've done that several years in a row now. The back to school extravaganza. Of course, this year, last Saturday, we had it at the high school as a drive-through event because of Corona. But historically, we've done that here the last 5 years before this year on the second Saturday of August. And then we've hosted things like battalion hail and farewell type dinners, formal military dinners here with some of the units from the base. So, you know, the sky's the limit. Your imagination is your limit for whatever you would want to use this facility for.
So you also take donations.
Yes, we do.
Support, right?
Yeah,
so, like,
sure.
If you feel the need to want to support the establishment and the organization, then you can leave donations at the door. There's no set price. You can just say, I'm going to drop it.
Right, yeah, exactly. There's no fee, but we do have a little donation box at the front desk if you want to do that. It helps us, you know, keep the lights on.
And the electric, because it's not cheap to run all those treadmills. And
oh, exactly, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's expensive to run this thing. Yeah, I won't get into all the details, but this is a $2 million building, and I don't mind telling the whole community, our payment is $14,282 a month on this building on a 20-year note. And basically, our church underwrites this building. It's paid for with the tithes and the offerings that come out of our congregation, almost exclusively. Now, I will say too, when I was saying you can reserve rooms for birthday parties and events like that, we do charge a small fee for that, but it's a very small fee. It's very reasonable to rent the facility. And the reason we do that is because it's on the weekend or it's in the evening, and we have to bring people in on their off-duty time
We actually
to man the facility.
Because my kids had their birthday parties here a long time ago. Now they're in college and later years of high school, but they actually use that. But can you share some of your handicap accessible features you have here for your organization?
Yeah, absolutely.
You got parking outside.
Yeah, we've got parking.
Don't you have an elevator or something?
Well, we don't have an elevator. In the original design, they were going to put an elevator in, but that was going to be $50,000.
Oh, okay.
But I will tell you this: we have. Well, we've had some people come in and use the main floor because you can actually do laps around the outside of the basketball court. But we've had people come in here that were wheelchair bound, and we literally just picked them up and carried them up the steps and got them to the upper floor.
I've seen you guys do that. I've seen you do it with strollers.
Yeah, we do it with strollers. Like moms will bring their strollers in to walk the track with their babies, and we'll carry the babies up and down the stairs. Our staff does that. We don't ask volunteers to do that, but our staff will do that to help you out. So even though we don't have an elevator, but we will help you get up onto the track if that's what you want to do, and you've got some type of disability that prevents you from using the stairs in a normal way.
You know what I find it amazing about it being free because I've been in gyms my whole life almost, and I know what it costs, and I know you know what the equipment costs, and you guys have some amazing treadmills. I mean, these are high quality treadmills. Your weights are high quality. Everything up there is high quality. And to be able to provide that for free, I mean, that is such a huge blessing. I can't even, say, because
we're excited about it. We really
I've worked out here for a number of years, especially when I injured and I can't run outside. And to me, it's been a huge blessing, and to fathom that you guys can do it at no cost to the community is just, I mean, that is amazing. Absolutely.
And you've done your Couch to 5K program here several times, and I believe you're going to do it again.
Yes.
We're going to work out the details
We
of that.
love this facility because for the runners, like I tell them, when we're here, there are no excuses. This thing is climate controlled. I mean, you can't get any cushier than that track up there.
Yeah, it's a cushion track.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and speaking of that, so let me hit the upstairs. I'll tell you what all's up there. So I talked about the main floor, but upstairs in the Ark, we have a running track. It's a 3-lane wide. It's got a cushioned floor, as Melissa mentioned, and 13 laps is 1 mile. So it's not, it is small, but it's not excessive, for running the laps. But 13 laps is a mile. And then also on that floor, we have a spin room down at the end that has, we have 11 very high quality. Like I said, all of our equipment here is very high quality, but we've got spin bikes. And then next to that, we have a group fitness room that's got mirrors on all the walls, and it's a padded floor, and we have all of the steps and the barbells and dumbbells and anything that you would need to do any kind of aerobic type workouts. And then coming down this way, we have a big free weight room. And then on this end, directly above me, where we're sitting here in the cafe, we have a large circuit training area with all the machines with the weight stacks. Yeah, they're pro-like. They're very nice.
Very nice.
And then we also have, as you mentioned, we've got 6 treadmills, we've got 6 ellipticals, we've got 1 stair climbing machine, and one recumbent bicycle, and as well as the spin bikes on the other end of the building.
And they've got a power tower.
That stair climbing machine.
Is amazing. Yeah, that's a killer. I've done that one.
Yeah.
They also have a power tower to work your. You've got that power tower too for your abs and then for your to do dips.
Yeah, absolutely.
And all that as well.
Yeah, and we have a little plyometric area on the other end where we have battle ropes and medicine balls and all that. So
you have a couch too.
Yes.
So if the spouses want to come and they just want to sleep, or the kids, while you're doing your workout, they can utilize the couch.
Yeah, and in fact, we have the kids' playroom down here. So now we have free childcare Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. in the mornings, and that's for any of you moms that want to bring your kiddos in here. We have volunteers. All of our volunteers have had criminal background checks, and we've checked them out. They're all quality people that are going to be in here taking care of your kids for you while you do your workout. So that's an awesome thing too.
It's just amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, we owe it to our volunteers.
So great.
So we can always use volunteers though. As I was telling these guys earlier, typically we used to be open 7 to 7, but since Corona and we reopened in June, We are closing at 5 p.m. We're not able to be open until 7 because we need volunteers to work the front desk for us. So if you're out there and you're looking for a place to serve in the community, if you're available in the evening, we would love to have you come and be one of the volunteers for us. It's really simple. What you're doing is you're just sitting at the front desk, maybe answering the phone, taking some messages, and then you just manage the clipboards there and just ensure that everyone signs into the building when they come in. That's about it. It's a pretty simple job. I actually did it. If I can do it, anybody can do it, right? So that's kind of the ARC in a nutshell. And again, other than if you're doing things like on the weekend when we're normally closed, to rent a space, you do have to pay a small fee. But to use all that equipment that I talked about and during the weekdays, it is completely free.
That is amazing.
There's no
I
charge.
just think that's amazing.
Yeah.
I absolutely do. And I'd like to hit on something too, because you and I have talked about this a lot. Sean and I hit on this too. That as far as being physically fit, I mean, we are a package deal. I mean, we are not just being fit physically is not going to cut it if you're not right mentally and spiritually. So it's all a package. So I love that you guys promote that physical part of it. Because I know you guys promote the healthy eating portion. I've talked about that as well, and also the regular physical fitness. I mean, it's an every single day. I mean, if you want to be good over a lifetime, and that's in your job, that's in anything you do as a parent or anything like that, it takes commitment and it takes a lot of discipline, but it takes every day. I mean, you've really got to get out and get your heart rate up for 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes to an hour. And with this, I mean, there's no excuse for not doing it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of gyms in the area. We're for all of them because we want people to have a fit lifestyle, right? And we're not competing with anybody. That's why we went to free, is because we are a church. It's the River Church that underwrites this facility. We own it and we operate it. And to us, it's ministry. God's called us to help people and encourage people. And to us, that's just one of the greatest ways that we can encourage the community, is to have this facility where, like we said, everything you need to do, if it's for physical fitness, it's here and it's available and it's free. So it's kind of hard to say you have an excuse when we have this here and it's available. So I will say this: when we first opened this facility, for the first 6.5 years, the church tried to run it on a business model, and it failed miserably. We were in the red 78 straight months that we ran this as a business. 78. I mean, and we struggled. And so we had sold some other property, and we were really using that money to run this facility. Well, we ran out of that money after 6.5 years, and here we sat, and we had no more money. And so our leadership went to prayer, and we just asked God, well, what do you want us to do? And that's literally when He told us. He said, you've been doing this backward. You've been taking from people to give them this opportunity when I've called you to give to people. And we were like, okay, God, we got it. Now, you talk about faith, we were like, how are we going to pay the bills? But do you know, honestly, in the 3.5 years since we opened the doors free to this community, we have done better financially than ever before. And, that just proves that, God's in this, and He's for this, and it was His vision to begin with, to build this for the community. And especially the small community like we're in, there's not another facility like this within probably 80 miles from here. You have to go to Springfield.
And then you have to pay for it.
And you pay quite a bit to be able to use it. So as you can tell, we're excited about the ARC, and we love the ARC. But the point I was trying to get to with that was, when we were running it as a paid gym, pay as you go, and you had to pay for membership, you had to pay for classes, you had to pay for childcare, you had to pay for everything around here. We averaged about 325 sign-ins a week. But since we've opened it for free, we've been averaging 800 sign-ins.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And so we'd like to be averaging 2,000 sign-ins a week. But I think a lot of people out there just don't know that we're here, and they don't know what's in here, and they don't know that it's free. So I really hope that a lot of people will see this little interview and the pictures that you're going to show them of the facility. And man, please come out and use this. We've worked very, very hard, and we're continuing to work hard, even just to pay for this thing and underwrite it and keep it open for you, so that the people of our community have a wonderful place to come for free. There's great gyms on the base, but if you're not military or affiliated with the military, you don't have access to any of that. Well, here we are. We're right out here on Highway 17. and we're open and we're free
Yeah, now
Monday through
they're
Friday.
closer to Lakeway, guys, so if you're wondering where it's at, it's on Highway 17,
Yeah.
almost to Lakeway.
Yeah, so come through the traffic circle, and we're about 1.5 miles straight on out Highway 17. We're a half a mile east of the 153 exit.
Or the Buckhorn.
Yeah, the Buckhorn exit. Yeah, that's
That's
exit
a question, because
153.
I don't think I heard you talk about it, but aren't there still classes given away?
Yeah, I was going to talk about that because right now, because of COVID, we're not having any classes. But normally, when COVID's not here, there's a dance school that has classes here 3 nights a week. And then we have a young man that teaches Taekwondo here 2 nights a week. We've had a lot of different kind of classes here.
Yes.
We even had a retired colonel that used to teach hula hoop here. One night a week.
Remember that.
And you know, you'd think, oh, hula hoop, that's nothing. Oh, yes, it is.
That's a good
That was a
workout.
1-hour class, and every one of those people left here sweating hard after that hour on that floor. It was pretty impressive what they accomplished with hula hoops.
The spin class, I mean, it was spin classes, because I know
Yep.
I came here and I actually had a personal trainer
Right.
for a period, and we used a facility for that personal training.
Yeah.
So do you still have some instructors?
We do have some personal, Adrienne Fowl, she's been partnering with us for a long time as a personal trainer. And of course, you would have to get with them one-on-one, but we let them use the facility.
Right.
And
that's usually the hardest part, is finding a facility
Yes.
to help them with the personal training. You know, you might find a personal trainer, you're like, oh, I gotta go join a gym. Well, here you don't have to join a gym.
that's right, you just come in.
come sign in, use the equipment.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, you got a lot of people that come in, but it's so much space. Like, you can come in and get your workout. You don't have to wait in line.
That's very
You
true.
don't have to be intimidated at all. Like,
Oh,
with
let's talk
the
about that.
environment.
We talk about
Yeah.
that every time. So
Yes.
one of the major hindrances, I'm sorry, that Sean and I have found with talking to people is that they're intimidated. They're
Yeah.
so intimidated to come in, especially people over 50 or people who are out of shape. And we remind them, first of all, you and I know it is never, ever, ever too late to start.
Oh,
Ever.
absolutely.
And you don't have to be in shape to come in here to get in shape. I guarantee you, everybody that I have ever met is willing to help someone else, because everybody has been at that starting point. None of us woke up and were so physically fit. Everybody's had their struggles. Everybody started from here, and they've worked their way. Because I get a lot of people say, "You make it look so easy," and I'm like, "Listen, it was not easy." When I first started training, I would come home and cry over pain, and I would lay with icy hot. You know what? Take a cool bath with Epsom salts. It's easier, but it never gets easy. It's never easy.
And
So
I will
what
say
would you
that
say
too.
to that person?
Well, especially the older crew. I'm 61 years old myself, and I would tell you, I'm so impressed with every morning of the week. We have a huge group of seniors. And I mean, some of those folks are in their 70s and even in their 80s. They come in here and walk this track every morning. And some of them hit the machines. You know, some are a little bit more into it on a higher level than others. But one, it's a great community. They all come in here and they laugh and they joke and they just have a good time. But they do their laps.
And they would welcome a newcomer, wouldn't
Oh
they?
yeah, they would love for you to come in and join them. So yeah, don't ever not come because you feel intimidated. We're a really, really friendly environment here. Everybody is for you. Everyone is going to encourage you. If you need help, our director here, I'm the pastor of the church and sort of the executive director, but the young lady that runs the facility for us is Chelsea Pugh. She is a certified fitness trainer in a lot of different disciplines, primarily through the Les Mills program, but she's a young lady that, in fact, there she is right there. Hey, come here, Chelsea.
Hey, Chelsea, your timing's
Real
perfect.
quick. We're
She
doing
tried to
this little
sneak off.
online interview here,
She
but
tried to sneak away.
I just want to tell people about you. Come here. No, come all the way around here so they can
gosh.
see you on the camera. So this is Chelsea Pugh. Yeah, why don't you pull the chair real quick? So what we were saying was we were just discussing, like, especially for a lot of older folks that have maybe never worked out, but they want to get in shape. We were just talking about how friendly the atmosphere is, how helpful everyone is. And I was just starting to tell them a little bit about you, that you're certified in multiple disciplines with group fitness and different things, and that you're here every day. And so what would you say to people that and not necessarily just older folks, but anybody that just is maybe intimidated about
Right.
going to the gym?
What I would say is that everybody starts somewhere. You always have, that starting point, and it's just being disciplined in that, knowing that progress and good progress that you want, to keep is going to take a very long time.
And it's a slow process.
And it's a slow process. And you have to be willing to take that journey, with yourself to take it to that next step. And it's going to take a while. You're not going to wake up overnight and, be able to go outside and run 5 miles. You're going to have to start by running a lap, maybe walking, And so that's what I always tell people is, it's going to be hard for a long time, but you have to be willing to stick with it. And then 6 months, a year later, you're going to see results, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I never want to quit. Because that's what happened with me, So, yeah, that's what I would say to people is just don't give up.
So if you don't mind, just tell people a little bit about your story.
Okay.
You have an amazing story.
So I lost around 130 pounds.
Wow.
And yeah, a lot of people don't really know that unless they went to high school with me. But I started working out because I was working in here. I started working out here just like 30 minutes on the elliptical.
What made you do that? Or what time you did it?
Okay. Both of my grandparents, they were diabetic. It runs in my family, and my grandpa had just passed away, and I was like, you know what? I really have to make a change because I was at that constant cycle of I would try, and then I would fail and give up, and try and fail and give up, and so I was like, you know what? I'm going to stick with it. My best friend at the she had just joined the Marine Corps, so she was gone, and I was just here by myself. She's like, oh, I'm going to start going to the gym. I mean, I work at a gym. Why can't I go to one and go upstairs and work out? So I started with that. And then my friend, it was about a year or two, but Carrie Tollison. Yeah. She was like, you
Carrie's
need
nice.
to come try these classes because you're always doing all this cardio and stuff. Come try, body pump or something. And so I tried these classes and then never turned back. And now she's definitely inspired me. She's pushed me, and then I became certified in Les Mills body pumps, sprints, and RPM. Literally, it's been a big process. It's years and years and years. This is back in 2014, so I'm still a work in progress. But if I can use my story to help people, I know it's helped some people, and it definitely, for me, if I'm ever feeling down and I'm like, oh, I'm struggling, I'm not seeing any progress, I have to remember where I started.
I love that, and I love how, and I'm so glad that you came by because I love how you hit on the same thing as Sean and I did. Everyone starts at one day.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And we can't expect to wake up in 3 days and do. As a matter of fact, we never do get to the end of our fitness journey because as we age, we have to overcome more boundaries, injuries, and stuff like that. But I love how you said it, and I love for you to say it again. It's slow.
It is a very, very slow process. Like I said, it's 2020. I'm still in the process. 6 years. That's a long time.
You'll
But-
always be in the process.
And I'll always be in the process, and also people have to look at it as like an investment in your future. That's what actually one of my friends had said that to me. It's an investment. Spending money on healthier foods, not fast foods. Yes, it's more expensive, but the long run, you're possibly going to live
How
a
much is your
longer
health
life.
worth?
My
Yes,
my father and I
exactly.
talked
Yeah.
about that. And I was raised like this too. You can either pay money for food, for the good food that's good for your body, that's going to improve your body, or you can pay for a doctor visit, or you can pay for medicine to correct the fact that you
Yeah,
didn't
for high
eat
blood
right in the
pressure or
first
whatever.
place.
Yeah.
So Sean, I don't know if you know his story, but Sean has lost a ton of weight and gone.
I do. I
Share
actually,
that.
we talk
Yeah.
about it
Yeah.
sometimes in the office. But did you see Sean? Like
Looks
how
great.
he's doing? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first thing you changed was your mind, though, right? Once you had it here, it was like there was no turning around.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the journey that I believe that you communicate is like every morning you don't want to go. You may not feel like doing it.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, they may say, okay, man, he's out there running. But I'm telling you, sometimes I have to be like, I'm glad I get through this first 3 miles because up to that point I'm like, but when I get past that point, and every day you're doing it. So you just train yourself to be, to obtain your victory in the morning. And then once you get victory in the morning, you have won the day.
Yep.
And you can go out and finish conquering everything else. I mean, it's just
I
all
agree.
downhill from there. So
Sets the tone for the whole day.
yeah, it
really
does.
does.
And it does so much for your body and your mind, but that's an outstanding testimony at 130
Yes.
pounds to go from being sedentary to certified.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
teaching
and in multiple
people,
disciplines
yes.
too.
Yeah.
And I seen her in another facility going
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
I know. I see you
Yeah.
every time.
But that's outstanding, and I think that everybody can inspire others to.
I
Yeah.
agree.
And I get inspired on a daily basis with, the classes. Like you said, it's hard to get started. And I teach a Wednesday morning class at 5 o'clock in the morning. God bless those people, because it's hard. It's so hard to wake up at 4 o'clock and think, man, I have to go teach. And I'm not the only instructor that does it. We all teach at 5, but it helps whenever I come in there and I have all my people in there, and they're not the ones getting paid to do it, and they're
In fact, they're paying you.
they're paying me
it.
to come in, basically.
Yeah.
And so
At that facility,
I always
yeah.
tell them I'm like, you know what, it's going to be hard for the first few minutes, and then it's a 30-minute HIIT class. At the end of it, I'm like, we're done. We get to go start our day. And I'm like, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here. So, they inspire me every day, because they're in there so early in the morning, and I'm like, man, I'm in here because I have to teach, And so they definitely, the people that you surround yourself with, that helps a lot too.
Oh, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
You got to surround yourself with positive people,
Yeah.
so they can help lift you up. I totally agree.
I wanted to share something this morning. It's okay. It's about a lady I met this morning named Tara, and I don't really know run off posts. And I'm sharing this because she said she's new to the community. I told her I was going to tell her I was going to say her name on here, so I had to remember it, because if they don't have a name tag, I don't know you.
Yeah, that's like
the
me.
military.
Yeah.
So, but everybody wear name tags. But when we was running, and I'm gonna tell you, when I seen her, she had this run vest on. I was like, oh, she gotta know. She has to know Melissa. Like anybody with a running vest on, like, they gotta know who Melissa is.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
she was like, but she was new to the area, and I was like, she came down and she was like, well, let me back up just a little bit. I don't normally run off posts at all. In the mornings by myself, because I'm like, I really want to run now. I don't need the additional motivation of the dogs trying to help me right now.
Right.
So I was like, I just run on the insulation and stuff like that. So this morning I said, no, I'm gonna go run on post. So I parked down at the park, and I go out there and I'm like, I'm gonna make this quick so we can make it here. So I started to run down there, and I noticed this lady was coming back. She had a stroller, and she was pushing her. She said, hey, how far are you running? I was like, I'm running up to the barn. And she was like, "Can I run with you?"
That's a 3-mile loop, guys.
Yeah, I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe because of she's seen some people underneath
the bridge.
The bridge, and she's like, "I don't feel safe running there." So yeah, come on, And then so we started running, and we were talking, and to make a long story short, as we were talking, I found out she was new to the area, and I said, "What are you training for?" She's like, "I'm training for the frog hill run." Oh, she said dog. I said, "Oh, you running 50 miles?" So she's like, No. It's here in this. I said, the frog hill. Yeah, okay. All right. I said, yeah. So we were talking and just running, and she pushing me. I said, if I slow down, you feel free to leave me. But she's pushing it. We just said, no, I'm just trying to stay on my feet and run. And we were running and just talking, and I really found out, just being a resource to someone this morning, it was a blessing. Because I didn't want to run by myself. And she did, but we didn't know it.
Yeah.
So when we went out, she didn't know that she was helping me. But I thought I was helping her. So then I was like, oh, you need my help? All right, it's on now. So I'm running. But we just gotta be, in the whole process. You can't run the journey by yourself.
You can't. You can't.
It is always good to be with others and safe. Just go out, because even with the trainers, it's about safety. When it's coming to an organization, it's all about safety. So when you're out running and you're doing things, you got to be around people that'll help you. Like, I take my son on post, and I take him down Car Wash Hill.
Oh yeah.
Woo!
So let me tell you this.
And you say, thank you, Dad. That's what you say, right?
So when we were running, and I would always tell him or my daughter would be riding a bike, and I'd be like, we'll look at something, and my daughter would say, we gotta go up that hill. I'm like, it's just a hill. I mean, that's all it You know, if we can make it big or we can make it small,
That's
but we
right.
just got to remind people that you know what it is, but you still got to conquer it. So
One foot in front of the
it's
other
just a
one.
hill. Just do it. Just continue to move. And I think that's the whole point of the journey is just continue to move. Don't worry about how
Yes,
fast.
great.
You know, just continue to move, and you know you can't do it alone. And the Ark has provided a
Yes.
great place
Safe.
to not do it alone, a safe place if you want to run inside, if you want to exercise. They got TVs if you want to watch TV while you're walking. There's a lot of different things that you can do. They mentioned the rock wall and things like that, but you can come meet people, and it's so important. And we found out with every organization, it was about community.
Yes.
So it's
Yeah.
a community of people. You get to meet people, and I mean, of course, and that was one of the things she mentioned this morning. So I'm saying Taryn, because I don't normally remember people's names, but Taryn, she said that she meets a lot of people when she runs. She used to live there because she's the indicator from Colorado, something like that. But she wants to control and things like that. And I was like, yeah, you need to get this one and this one. And so in a nutshell, I was talking about how we need to be resources as people.
Great. Great. And not be afraid to when they're led to say something. Because I've met a lot of people on Superior Road, and you know, and I will always stop and I'll say, hey, are you new to the area? This is what we have to offer. I'd love for you guys to join us. We've got a lot of people in our running group that we've met out that way, but if we're too afraid to step out of our comfort zones, but sometimes that's where we get people in the gym, because I will freely admit to anybody, I am transparent about my struggles, and I'm transparent about where I started from as a runner, and you know what it takes for me to stay motivated. And I think if we're more open with people, like you said, because we all have a testimony. Everybody's got a testimony, but we didn't get that testimony without the trials. And a lot of people want to hide those trials, and if we hide those trials, then we don't let people see how they can overcome trials. So I think, like you said, be open to meeting with people, be transparent about our struggles, be encouraging. I think that is like major number one. Just to just say, you guys can do this, you know, and I'll help you.
And can I add one last thing? Because when you said TVs, I do want to say this too to everybody. If you have like your own, like Les Mills online, she mentioned the Les Mills program. I have Les Mills online because they have all these different classes that you can take. Like a lot of times I want to ride the bike, but if Chelsea's not here or my daughter Esther's not here, who I would ride with, you can go into our rooms, and every one of our fitness areas has big screen TVs that are hooked into our Wi-Fi, and it's all free. And you can come in there and log right on and pull up your whatever online type of fitness program you can have. You can go in the Peloton, go in the group fitness room if you want to do, you know, say body pump or something. And we have all the steps, and we have the dumbbells, and we have the balls, we have everything that you would need. And you can just come in and do your own workout and do it with your group on the TV.
And then
so you
also,
can do that
like
too.
I used to do, I would bring in a tablet because I would spend so much time on the elliptical when I was healing the hamstring.
Yeah.
And they will, you can just put your tablet right there on the elliptical.
Yep, sure can.
2 and 3 hours if you want to, and watch a movie.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, and we do have 2 big screen TVs there too, so that people that are on their ellipticals or whatever can watch those as well. So,
Well, that is, I mean, this is amazing. Thank you for what you guys do to keep this place open.
oh
Thank
yeah,
you
it's our pleasure.
You're stepping out in faith to do this, to provide this blessing to our community. Sean, I don't really think there's anything I can add.
It's all been said, so just
Yeah.
come out,
Yeah,
support.
please come see us.
You can check out you have a Facebook page?
Yeah, we have a Facebook page and a website.
And what's their phone number and the website name?
The phone number is 573-337-9128. And then the website is at the river. And once you go to the river's website, then it'll direct you to the ARC.
Yeah, so it's theriver.net, and then just look for the ARC on there, and you click on the ARC, and it will take you right through to the ARC.
Yeah.
And then on the Facebook, it's
The ARC Community
ARC
and Sports Center.
it's just the name that's on, and that's our name out on the front of the building too.
Yeah, and we're always looking for volunteers because this is a free facility. So if anyone's looking for volunteer opportunities, just come into the ARC, fill out a background check, and we'll get you in touch with Miss Vicki. And
we will pay for your background check
yes,
too.
yes.
I think that's $10 or $15, but we pay for those.
That's a lot of the volunteers that come in here are people that work out here. So like, we just want to, give back, and so they'll sit up the front, and then they'll go do their workout, or they'll do their workout and then sit up the front. So it's awesome. It's truly.
Well, thank you guys for taking the
thank you guys for
Yeah,
giving us the opportunity to kind of get the word out a little better to the
Yeah.
community. So,
I do want to end with this to tell everybody to please like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel when you see in this video, and just keep sharing the information throughout the community because we want to help support everyone and everything fitness.
Yeah, sure do. Thank you.